Okay, so before we get going on today's show, I just wanted to show you guys what this car looks like once the proper rubbers on the tires and the rims have been painted. I use the chrome pens. It's this one right here. They look absolutely fantastic. This is the same pen that I painted the Top Fuel dragsters with, if you remember that. That turned out absolutely fantastic. Here's another quick look. And if you remember, we painted the block, we painted the strap, and as of recently, I just threw a quick wrap around the front wheels there. So I just wanted you guys to see that and how useful these pens can be. I can't remember what I paid for. I think it was like $15 for a pack of 5, a few different sizes. So yeah, it makes a world of a difference. As you can see, the car looks absolutely fantastic. It looks way better than it used to look. This is how the car should have came in the package. AFX, if you're listening, hint hint.
This is Slot Valley! It's showtime.
All right, so the first Viper car we're going to have a look at today is the Viper Polymod. Comes with the 2.5 ohm wide gap high temperature armature, big brush tweak end bell CNC bronze bushings, Pro 10 HT magnet package, CNC machine VSR rear end setup, albino PST tires. They claim it's the fastest production HO car currently made. I think they could be right, but we're gonna check that out. Okay, so here we are looking at the Viper Polymod one last time before we hit the track and see what kind of numbers we can produce. It has a 2.5 ohm wide gap high temperature armature, big brush tweaked end bell with CNC bronze bushing, Pro 10 HT magnet package, CNC machine VSR rear end setup, and albino PST tires. They claim this is the fastest production car currently made, and we're going to take that and test it out. Here we have the Viper Production Modified. It has a V1 high performance chassis, a Razor front end, modified high output armature, Pro 10 magnet package, CNC VSR rear end setup, and I have it with the Tyco clip, as you can see here. Once again, here we have a close-up of the Viper Production Modified. It has a V1 high performance chassis, a Razor front end, modified high output armature, Pro 10 magnet package, CNC VSR rear end setup. All right, before we get going, I'd like to thank you all for joining me in this impromptu dyno session. Here I'm going to put a couple of different chassis up against each other, and we'll see how they do. Okay, so here we go. We'll throw a couple of different chassis on the dyno just so you can see the performance pretty much straight out of the box. All right, so we're going to start with the most average Auto World chassis I have. This one is absolutely nothing special, and you'll see that by how it runs. And there it is. extraction chassis. Absolutely nothing special. I could let this run forever and it'll never get to 200. Now, this one, I consider myself lucky that such a nice car would come on such a tight chassis. I've had to do a little bit of tweaking on this chassis. More or less right here again, right there. They're crooked. They're not sitting in there properly and they need to be straightened out. That was about the only thing wrong with this car. All right, let's get it on the dyno. If you remember, we were doing maybe 150, 160 if I want to be generous with the last Auto World chassis. Let's see what this one does. Okay, so right off the hop, we're over 200. So this is probably about standard for an Auto World product. Just about every car should run this. Alright, if you know me and you follow this channel, then you know I'm a huge fan of the 440x2. And I've done a huge series on hop-ups for these cars. This car is average. This is definitely straight out of the box. It hasn't been hopped up. It's as it would have been, straight out of the package. Sounds a lot tighter than the Auto World car right off the hop. This Tyco car is about, what, 20, 25 years old? And that Auto World chassis I just ran was almost brand new. So, we'll get about 260 out of this if I were to let her go. Okay, so that last car was regular 440x2. And like I said, I've done a huge series of hopping up these cars. So here's a car that's been hopped up. This is a Tyco 440x2. So obviously you can see a definite difference, and you can also hear the difference a little bit. Tyco 440x2 has been hopped up, and so has this one. Unfortunately, this dyno is not set up to test the Mega G Plus cars. So we'll move right into what today's features are. We'll start with the Viper Polymod. We'll see what that does. Let's get it on the dyno. Whoa. Well, right off the hop, you can hear the difference. And it is definitely running 100 more with my fastest hopped up Tyco car. And I can tell you for a fact this is running way faster than the Mega G car. Alright? Very impressive. Alright, now we'll go to the Viper Production Modified. Well, you can definitely see a huge difference here. The sound is way different. The car is moving twice as fast as your average Auto World car. So before these cars even hit the track, guys want to know what makes Viper Racing chassis and slot cars so amazing?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Not just because they have this awesome emblem on the back of their chassis, but this is it right here. You guys catch that? It's coming back around. I'll show you again. Look at that. Viper on the back. Fantastic. Look at this. You guys see what it says there? I'll let you go around one more time before I throw it out. Here it comes again. See it right there? What does that say? I don't think they spell China USA. And I think that's probably the best part about these cars. For y'all in the United States, it's domestic. If I were you, I'd be buying all my slot cars from them. I'm so incredibly tired of buying something that has to be made somewhere else and then brought back here. That is absolutely ridiculous. All of our slot cars should be made domestically. And I want to thank you, Viperscaleracing. I'd like to thank everybody involved with Viper. I'd like to thank Dan Cronin for making these possible. Thank you very much, Viper. HO needs this. Carry on, you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get these on the track. To the high-speed loop. All right. So before we throw the Viper cars on the track, we're going to have a go at it. We're going to put our Mega G Plus car with the level 42 magnets down, and we're going to see what times we can pull with it. And then we're going to go to the level 52, and then we'll go to the Viper cars. How do I know this is level 42? Well, this is my house, and my house 42 is yellow. Let's get to the track. Let's turn some times. Well, that was a 229. Let's go to the level 52 magnet now and see what kind of times we can turn. How do I know this is level 52, you say? Well, at my speedway, level 52 is red. We're good to go. Looks like a 220 so far. Let's try to 20's our best so far. Here we go. Well, there's 210. Let's try the Viper cars now. Up first, the Viper Polymod. Holy! Put your own expletive there. 1.43. Will there ever be a car that goes around this track faster? Let's go one more time and see if we can do better. Are you ready? All right, so that 1.43 is 100% unexpected on that polymod. Wow, holy doo-doo. It is now time for the Viper Production Modified. Are you ready? Because this car is definitely ready. Here we go. Remember, the polymod was 143. Viper Production Modified, take 2. $1.60. Okay, so let's do a quick recap before we talk speed. Okay, so what we have here is the Viper Polymod. It's got the 2.5 wide gap high temperature armature. It's got big brush tweaked end bell with CNC bronze bushings. Pro 10 magnet package. CNC machined VSR rear end setup. And albino PST tires. This is currently the fastest HO production car made. That is their claim. And I will have to agree with them. A 1.43 on my track is absolutely fantastic. As you guys remember or not, when I ran the Mega G Plus on the magnet testing, the best I could get with the level 52 magnet on a 1.7 chassis was, I believe it was 190. And here today we made a 143. Okay, and here we have the Viper Production Modified. It has a V1 high performance chassis, a Razor front end, modified high output armature, Pro 10 magnet package, and CNC VSR rear end setup. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about the speed. On the dyno, we had the Viper Production Modified, was definitely running faster on the dyno, but when it came to the track, they're absolutely correct. I would have to agree with them. Dan Cronin over at Viper, yes indeed, this is the fastest production car, HO style, that I've reviewed and that I've seen. Absolutely fantastic. Now, what we have here is the Viper Production Modified. It's absolutely fantastic. Both of these cars are well worth their dollar. And I'll tell you the biggest point for me is that they're made domestically. Yeah, I know the US is not Canada, but at least we're on the same continent. And I'm okay with that. I'm really getting tired of buying cars made in China that work like crap. Viperscaleracing, this is absolutely 2 thumbs up. If you guys are out there looking for something with a little more pizzazz, maybe something to add to your collection, you have a really fast track and you just have to add something to it, well, either of these chassis could be that one. They're moderately priced. Well, one of them's moderately priced. The other one's priced for a chassis the way it's set up to be. Absolutely fantastic. You pay to play. As long as you're getting your money's worth, absolutely fantastic. It's part of the reason why I do most of my business with Viperscaleracing is because they've never let me down and they've always had a solid product. Unless you have a way of 100% testing every product that comes through your door, you have to rely on what the dealer's telling you, right? Unless you got a magnet checker and you have a dyno and you have all this other equipment, you really have to trust your dealer. And HO wise, I trust Viperscaleracing. They've been nothing but good to me, and yeah, I just want to thank Viper and all the hardworking employees there, and I want to thank Dan Cronin. Thank you very much, my friend. You've been very helpful to me in my endeavor at Slot Valley Racing, and I will push on, and I will continue to use your products. Very soon, we will be buying an awful lot of DR1s. It's drag racing time. But anyways, I definitely don't want to keep anyone waiting. We got a lot of cool videos out there. Guys, don't forget, go check out HO. Go to YouTube, Google HO slot cars. Whatever comes up, watch it. There are a lot of great content producers out there right now. And sometimes what they need is to know that they're doing a good job. To all the people who watch my videos, to all my subscribers, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you for your time. And as we all know, time is the one thing we'll never have enough of. So I thank you for sharing your time with me. And don't forget, get your heart racing.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. You want to go do
Slot cars in the garage?
Yup.